Guys, man, what's going on? SombraDelPiso back once again. So it's been a week and change since we've been here in Serbia, right? Beograd. Well, we did a lot of hanging out in Beograd. We also did, we checked out Novi Sad as well, which is their, I think, second most populous city in Serbia, with the most Serbians. If you want to consider everything else, apparently Chicago is the second most Serbian populated city in the world. And then third is Novi Sad, technically. But anyway, we visited Novi Sad. We did Hungary, we did Budapest, right, which is fire. We also did Bosnia, Sarajevo, right? I am from Bosnia, take me to America. I really want to see Statue of Liberty. We did it all, right? It was cold as hell in Sarajevo. Where did we go afterwards? It was Montenegro, Podgorica. That was fire. I really enjoyed it. I think I needed more time, but it's okay. We came back from Podgorica last night, and now we're on our way to Bucharest, Romania. Flash of order. So we are currently waiting for our gate to reveal itself, and then we're gonna head to the gate, wait around, and then we're gonna be shipped off to Romania. I'm still considering whether I should rent a car over there or not. It might be a crazy expense, but I think that a lot of things generally are inexpensive in Romania. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna check that out. All in all, I guess we should talk about something relevant, right? Like how's the trip been so far? I think the trip has been fire. Honestly, it's been really nice. I like Beograd. I really do. I think the people are very kind and open, like I've been saying for a while. I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record at this point. As long as you know the language. Did you want a seat, sir?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. As long as you know a little bit of the language and you're actually showing an attempt to learn, and integrate, then you'll be good. I think seriously. I've done a lot since I've gotten to this goddamn country. I have, and it's been wonderful. So, is there anything I should impart onto you guys, at least that I can glean from me being here thus far? When you want to go right, I think you need to go all right. If you need to go left, if you want to go left, you have to go all left. Sounds vague, but I'm just trying to summarize essentially a mantra that one should incorporate into their own lives, right? Into your own life. If you have to, essentially you have to be very, very sure about what you're doing or what you want to do in your life or where you want to go or the dreams that you want to accomplish. There are times, I'm going to admit, where for me, once upon a time, ever since I started the YouTube channel, I started to be very, very direct and focused. But once upon a time before that, I used to, sometimes think left. I go left for like 2 weeks, and then right just seemed more appealing. And it only seemed that way because I just haven't been right in a very long time. And so there's like some novelty factor to it. When in reality, you need to continue left until you get to the end of left. And then if you want to do right, you go all the way right. That's really how it is. We have to complete what we start. We have to finish what we began. And I guess that's something that I sort of learned much more concretely on this trip so far. Even in terms of, speaking with people that you don't necessarily know, or just trying to communicate in a tongue that is not very familiar to you, I think we have a preconceived notion about how people react to us. And we're like, what the heck, man, this person probably doesn't like me. But maybe it is your intuition telling you or guiding you correctly. Maybe it's your memory trying to prevent you from having another bad experience. But you have to try something. You have to just go forward. If you are interested in talking with someone, try to talk to someone, go all the way to the end. It's not challenging at all. Just try it out. The worst they can say is no, or they get ignored. And I know we're sort of traumatized in the United States when it comes to rejection, right? I think a lot of us probably are trying to, communicate with the opposite sex or just communicate with new people in general. And then, they have all these preconceived notions. It's like a whole portfolio of how archetypes and phenotypes look like and act like, and they react to those as such. And I feel you. The United States is cooked in that regard. But you need a little bit of a relearning or a reconditioning, a reprogramming when you come or when you travel outside of the United States, well, outside of Western Europe. Because if you go to England, France, you're having the same experience as you're having here. That's a fact. We know that. Canada, it's cooked as well. Sydney, all the cities around Australia cooked as well. But when you come to a place like here, where it's seldom spoken about, there's not really much knowledge, at least for me. I mean, I knew a little bit about the Cyrillic alphabet just because, I cheated a little bit. I did some research what Serbian, what the Serbian languages consist of in terms of like, how are you? I'm good. Good morning. What is your name? So things of that nature. And of course, I'm learning Russian. And Russia uses the Cyrillic alphabet as well. So I cheated a little bit, so I understood a little. Coming here was a little bit of a shock just because I had to understand that just because people seem, or their body language and behaviors seem similar to what I'd see in the United States that would elicit a certain response, which wouldn't resist me or wouldn't stop me from communicating in the first place with some people. But over here, I had to just sort of realize that's their stature, it's just their external behavior. And then when you actually speak to them, they're a completely different person. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the best vacations I've taken in a very long time. I do, as always, wish that maybe life was a bit more favorable in allowing me to work remotely so I can stay out here maybe for like 6 months, which would be great, because I would definitely learn the language by then. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'll definitely learn the language by then. Life is not so favorable. I think life is sort of fueled and accelerated by the spirit of the United States. And so the United States is just very, very invested in making all of its citizens and denizens of that land very unhappy and very, very dissatisfied and constantly reaching for something, which is kind of unfortunate. So that's not going to stop me from fighting. It'd be nice to stay out here for much longer. It's warm-ish. You get used to it. But that doesn't matter. It's just the people. The people are just much nicer. It's just, I'm telling you, it's just much more of a connection. Trying new things, just being in a completely different culture where the customs and the behaviors and traditions are very, very different from your own. And so you need to act accordingly. Not really act accordingly, but have an open mind. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to bump into walls. Don't be afraid to trip, and stumble in your attempt to find out and discover more about the culture. That's all I'm saying. I haven't been tripping. Well, you know what? I have been bumping into a lot of walls. I've met a lot of people. I'm going to post all of the videos and pictures on Instagram. If you guys haven't followed the Instagram, link is in the description below. It's been great so far, man. I think I had Serbian food yesterday. I went to this restaurant in Novi Beograd. It's like New Belgrade. And it was nice, it was great. I just wish I just had much more of a freedom, financially, so I could just cut. You know what? I'm gonna stay out here for months. No, I got nothing going on in the United States. I got no kids, I got no girl, I got no life in the United States. I could fall off the corner of the earth and no one would really, think about me. Or I wouldn't have any, do any financial damage or emotional damage to anyone. So, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to relocate just like that. Fortunately, that's not the situation. But it's all to say, try new things. When you're in a new environment, it's like a new ecosystem where, gravity exerts its force in less G's than the norm, or days are 36 hours as opposed to 24 hours. You have to adjust, you have to adapt accordingly. That's all I'm saying. That being said, guys, that's all I have to say, right? If you guys enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers, of course, your friends, your enemies. Don't let this place get you down. The world will never cease to amaze you. I know that for a lot of people that are living in the West, for sure, especially the United States, where they're not very communicative. A huge chasm, disparity between the communication of the sexes, for sure. There are a lot of initiatives in place that support the opposite sex, for sure. Financially, emotionally, all that kind of stuff. I know. And it's kind of tough to, being stuck in the United States, especially with a lot of bills and whatnot, and not able to explore new environments and actually start living life, start living a fulfilled life. I understand. I understand that there's a lot of radical beliefs and behaviors that are spawned because of the remaining in the West. I am there. I'm still stuck in the West. I feel you. But you have to now focus all of your energy and efforts into doing something else, trying to get into a new environment, a new ecosystem, and just branching out. We go into Romania. I don't know anything about this blasted country. I don't. I know that the Romanian language is like Latin, right? It's a little bit of a Romance language, so it's Latin based. I also know that I'm going to this bathhouse eventually. I still need to buy swimming trunks. And then there is the Old Town. There's a couple, I have an itinerary of what I plan to do when I get over there. But you see, I don't know anything about the place. I'm just gonna hit the ground running. And I think that if we take that approach to life, eventually we'll be able to escape the United States, escape the West, and perhaps like start really understanding what it is that you're meant to do, what it is that you enjoy doing, what it is that you feel inclined to do. See, I know. I'm looking, what is it? I'm Doctor Strange with the Eye of Agamotto, and I still do not see a future where I remain in the United States. Happy, by the way, and married. It's not gonna happen. So anyway, guys, just start considering stuff. Don't let this place get you down, and always stay radiant. I'll see you guys in the next video.